So with Steve McKim after the game, finished Bognor Regis 3, Carshalton Athletic 3. You got off to an amazing start, Steve, and I think probably the goal they scored sort of later in the first half seemed to peg you back a bit. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, definitely. It was. We didn't have the organisation that we'd set up with, and they managed to get the ball in towards the near post and score a goal. Good delivery, good header, but if we've got someone where they should be, they clear that. And same for the third goal. We need to do better at the near post where a person's told to be and deal with the ball, and we didn't, and they got their third goal from it. So yeah, like I say, with that goal it pegged them back a bit, but I thought we knew what we was doing. We knew how I was gonna. I went and watched them last week, so I knew what they're good at and how we can try and stop them and how we can try and get them on the counter attack, and it worked in the first half. And you know, one mistake, I think that's the only chance they've had on target. I don't think Danny's had a save to make, apart from a long range one. So it worked to a T. Just disappointed that we didn't have the organisation get in there sharpish and do it to stop that goal going in.
And how disruptive was it losing both Arthur and Femi? It seemed to be they both, picked up injuries. Are they going to be okay? What's the situation with them?
Not too sure. Like I say, with Arthur, he's had a stamp on the ankle, and it's up like a balloon at the minute. So he had to come off. He just couldn't do anything. And with Femi, I thought it was an absolutely ridiculous tackle, and his shoulders popped out. So he's got to go to the hospital now to get that checked out. So he's never had a problem with it before. And like I say, it's one of them. Did it disrupt us? Yes, it did, because they're two big players for us. They're men of the changing room, and they demand everything from others. And like I say, you saw Femi you saw Femi against VCD, but today in the first half, he's such a handful. Scored his goal, could have had another one, and let's hope it's not too bad where we don't miss him for too long, because he's been a big thing for us over the last couple of games, and we don't want to lose people like that.
You must be pleased, however, to score 3 goals away from home. I suppose at the other end you don't want to concede 3 goals away from home. But
no, very pleased that we got 3 goals. The goals we conceded, like I said, I've just told him in there, I'm not happy, because we build our foundations on being strong and organised, and we were nowhere near that today in certain areas. And like I say, Barry was telling me they threw everything at us. Like watching it, they had 4 or 5 forwards on at one time. That's when you got to be clever and get that extra pass in to try and break through them. And when they flood everyone forward, that's when you can break on them. And like I say, we didn't have the composure to find that second pass to get us in on goal, one-on-one. And the flip side of it, it's one of those, it come back to bite us on the backside, and they could have nicked it right at the end there. So grateful for a point in the end, because we could have lost all 3 of them, and that just comes down to the character of the players. And I'm still learning their characters. They're still, I think they know what I think now afterwards there, know what I'm about, and it wasn't pretty, wasn't nice. Things were said that will stay in there, but they were told some home truths, and like I say, hopefully they bounce back from it. If they don't, then we change it, and that's the moral of the story, and that's what we'll do all through the season, because we need people that are on it all the time. We need some men, characters. We need people that are going to just stand up, roll the sleeves up. And I felt the last 15 minutes, no matter they threw it all at us, we didn't do that, and that was a bit disappointing. Had to take Tommy Bradford off because he got booked. Then he was on his last warning with the referee, and I thought, play against 10 men with that team, they use their pitch well, and that could have hurt us even more. So it was unfortunate because he was playing well. But I say everyone played well. Everyone played their part tonight and done what we asked them to do. It's just on occasions we come unstuck with certain set pieces defensively, and lack of composure in the last 20 minutes where we kept giving them the ball back. I can't play the game for them. They play it, and if they can't see that pass or be composed on the ball, then someone else comes in and does that job for them, which they've been told. So I say, pleased with a point in the end, because we could have lost it all together. Disappointed being 2-0 up and not taking 3. Being disappointed being 3-1 up and not taking 3. But it's a point away from home. Bognor ain't going to lose many games here, and they keep going and going and going. And like I say, so do we.
Okay, well done on the point, and we look forward to the FA Cup coming up on Saturday. Do you know much about Westfield?
I know the manager, Simon Lane, used to be at Wingate, so I've come up against him a few times. Very nice man, and knows his football. So they'll be organised. They'll be sharp in the final third, and we got to counteract that. So yeah, they're going to be good. And all we've got to do is try and combat what their strengths are, and try and work on their weaknesses if there's any. I'm not going to give too much away, but yeah, and like I say, just try and get as many fans down. Like I say, today it's a long way to come on a Tuesday night, and say there was sort of like a dozen fans there that were fantastic, and just feel for them a little bit that we couldn't take the 3 points home, but they didn't go in with a defeat. So I've got to look at something positive, and I'll take the positive that we come away from Bognor with a point, regardless of what it should have been.
Okay, all right, well done, Steve, and safe journey home.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm with Calvin Ekpetita after the game. Bognor Regis 3, Carshalton Athletic 3. So Calvin, are you pleased to come away with a point, or frustrated you couldn't hang on to the lead?
We're a bit disappointed, to be fair. Obviously going 3-1 up and not being able to obviously hold that lead. It feels like a loss. It feels like a loss, to be fair. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
And do you think conceding that goal quite late in the first half, do you think that was a bit of a turning point, because they seemed to sort of get their tails up a bit? I know you got the goal early in the second half, but they were pressing pretty hard in the second half, weren't they? Yeah,
no, definitely. The goal that they got just before the second half obviously gave them like a bit of like ammunition to think that they can come out next half and obviously try to put us under pressure. And to be fair, they did. But to be fair, we defended really well for the first obviously 20 minutes. But the last 5 minutes just got a bit, no one could really. That little mistake at the end was just something, just a lack of concentration. Yeah. Okay.
But from a personal point of view, you've had a good start to the season. You're playing, getting plenty of minutes, scoring a few goals. Is that, you must be pleased with that at least?
Yeah, no, definitely. Just anyhow I can help the team. Just being in the right places at the right time, and obviously just listening to what the gaffer obviously wants me to do, and just literally just anyhow I can help the team. Yeah, I'm happy with my start.
And do you feel the side is starting to come together? Because on paper you look like a really strong squad, and obviously the results haven't quite matched maybe expectations yet, but do you feel you are starting to come together as a squad?
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously we've got a really good changing room. Like the results might not reflect that, but for example today we're coming away with a point. It's not the greatest, but obviously it's something that we can build on. So I think we're coming along, but it will take time, as obviously we're a new team.
Okay, we'll keep it going, and well done tonight, and keep the goals going.
Yeah, we'll do. Thank you.